Buster had his imprint all over it, you know.
Sundays come here. Sundays come here.
Yes, and we're live on a Sunday afternoon here in South Florida. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Our fourth in the symposium on Reggae Month. Welcome, welcome to all of those of you who are viewing on yardmedia.com and to those who are listening on Old School Rules. How are you today? Richie Blackford, what go on?
Well, man, you know, when the can't see the monitor, it kind of threw me off. But guess what? This is Yard Media's production, and we are live. It's going to be a nice show this evening. We have a lot of people lined up that we are looking, we are seriously looking forward to running this show. It wraps up the Reggae Month program. And God, as I said, you know, I know you have a pile of music.
Oh man, way too much music, Richard. Way too much music.
So let's kick the ball off. I think we, you know, in recognition of Reggae Month, and you know, I think the consulate has a nice big concert planned that later on today, and we want to feature some of the people who is going to be on that concert as well. So let's kick the ball off and let's get going.
Yeah, today we're featuring just some of the origins of some of the more popular rhythms that have populated Jamaican music, reggae, dancehall, all of those different expressions of Jamaican music. So we're going to start off with Shankai Shek with the Baba Brooks Band from out of Yeah, we're looking at Shankai Shek. Was done by Bobby Brooks. Redid in 1977 by Bobby Ellis and the Revolutionaries. And Mad Over Me, Yellow Man did that. Papa San, Watch Watch. Louis Culture in the 90s, Gangalee with Sanchez Brown Eyed Girl. And those are some of very popular songs. Coming in after that, we're going to be looking at Mad Alton Ellis
I tell you what,
with Diseases.
Why don't we do this? Michael is standing by. Let's bring Michael into the picture, and let's get the conversation going. Want to talk with Michael about, you know, where we are, the program that we have lined up with CG for this afternoon. And so let's bring Michael in.
Michael, how are you today?
I'm good. Glad to be here. How are things?
Yeah, man. Good to have you today. I know you're going to be one of those artists preparing on the Reggae Strong concert this afternoon. And
Yes.
yes, tell us about your experience as a reggae artist so far. I know you're more than a reggae artist because your voice kind of tend from Jamaican folk into classical into reggae. That's my interpretation.
I like that interpretation. It works for me. You know, it's always a pleasure to be able to do some reggae because, as you say, I do a few different things, you know, and a lot of friends, a lot of my students too
Right.
are producing reggae, are performing in bands, are artists themselves. So it's something that's really close to me, you know.
Michael, here's what I would love to do. We want to sample, just to get the listeners and the viewers acquainted with a couple of pieces of your work. We want to sample one of your pieces right now. And there's a couple of questions that I want to throw at you, but let's give a listen.
Sure. All right.
This long time, yeah, me never see you. Come make me hold your hand. This long time, yeah, me never see you. Come make me hold your hand. Peel head, jump crop, sit down pan tree top, pick up the blossom. Make me hold your hand, girl. Make me hold your This long time, yeah, me never see you. Come make we walk and talk.
Hold on, man, hold on. Let me tell you something. It's not all the time a man sing and me get goosebumps. I mean, I tell you the truth. That was amazing. As God was just about to say, I can finish his thought for him. I think we've been working together long enough. Miss Lou would have been, Miss Lou would be proud.
Thank you.
I looked at some stuff, that I read a couple of pieces of stuff on you, and you have an impressive resume. But there's a question that I have. Folk beats and blip speak. Tell me about that. Tell the listeners about that.
Okay, so it kind of started as it started actually even before I was my master's, but it continued as a project for my master's, and it's a thing of bringing the folk music keeping it current. So I fuse it with technology and with electronic beats and electronic textures. So even what you just heard, it's all my voice, and sometimes I do that live as well, where it's going through a vocal processor, and I play a keyboard, and it plays the notes that I want it to play, and it reproduces the notes with my voice. So I can do those things live and do live looping and that kind of stuff with it. So it's a passion of mine. It's something I've always been interested in. So I do a lot of research with the folk music because I feel that it's such a massive resource that we have that is still kind of untapped.
In fact, it is. I'm as I'm listening to you here, and we look back. We spend a lot of time here at Sunday Scoops looking on the historical aspect of Jamaican music. And we entertain. We try to maintain an entertaining program format, but a lot of it is looking at the foundation, if you will. And when we consider the 60-odd years that Jamaica has been making music, listening to the kind of production coming from you, it fills me personally as a man who's been in the music from the 60s with a whole heap of pride, because it also tells you, the direction that we can go. In terms of genres, and we tend to try, we limit ourselves to different genres and so on. And let me put it another way. That is the route that we're going. So it's basically saying here is an opportunity for us to create new music formats. Talk about that.
So for me, it's the way to keep things alive. To keep this folk alive is it's one way. It's a good thing to research it and know it in its original form. But to keep it alive, you have to innovate with it. So you have to use it as a palette to innovate. And it might. You maybe gonna come up with some new genres that don't have no name yet. It could be world music. It could be folk fusion, which is what I call what I do.
Right.
Well, some of what I do anyway. And for me, that is a way to have people who are younger than myself hear it and recognize those textures and the melodies as something that is tasteful and tasty and something interesting that they will want to sing and teach to other people. I have people who are younger than me who have kids too and have listened to some of these things and they keep sending me messages about how thankful they are, because some of them are living is Jamaicans but living in Europe or living in other places, and this is a way for them to pass the culture on to their kids and to their friends and family.
Michael, impressive. We the format we have here today, we're gonna try and cram a lot of things in. This is a conversation though that I would love us to have with you on Sunday Scoops in a more relaxed environment, if you will. Not
I'll be happy.
rushed. You
Anytime.
guys, yeah. So we're gonna think, but I want to play another piece of work for the audience out there, and bring you back in. I'm sure you have something to say regarding the concert later on this evening. God?
Sure.
And I was just about to put that, Richard, that not only are we going to play this piece of music, but please make sure that to catch him live this afternoon on the Reggae Strong concert.
Once I was a mountainous me, and there I towered under the sea, and from a fountain inside of me became a river, became the sea.
Manuka yoko jongo, Manuka yo galingan, Manuka yo galgana brad, Manuka yo lelele, Manuka yoko jongo.
Joni says she's done it all for nothing, and she struggles so much only getting by.
Yes. I can hear a little bluegrass country.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes, man.
We said if you listen, the music talk back to you. Michael,
Yeah.
you were saying.
Well, Jamaica have a love affair with country music. So I mean, I grew up hearing country music from my father and stuff, and also the folk music. So with this one, I kind of included some of the kind of bluegrass plus the kumina chants and kumina drumming, and made it one piece. And then the words are really kind of talking about spirituality and about oneness and about how everybody and everything is connected. So
In one swoop, Michael, you have taken us back down the road to the beginning of Jamaican music, because that's it. Kumina is the foundation. Kumina gave birth to to a large extent to Mento and all the other genres, the other approaches to the music basically came off that. I see CG has joined us, and
Yes.
CG.
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Richard, Big G, and the team. Happy to be a part of the program. And, Michael was there with us when we celebrated Jamaica Day on Friday. And he had a lovely song that he did, Bad Man and Law, that incorporated a lot of new techno rhythms and pulled in some voices from the country and everything. Really a nice mix, but just experimenting some new styles with some of our older tunes. So it was quite enjoyable.
Well, we're running up running against the clock largely. But so, as I said, Michael, we wanna, this is a project. Your work is something that we here at Sunday Scoops definitely have some interest in, and we want to use the opportunity to sort of put you on notice, where we can rope you back in a more comfortable surroundings, where we can give you a lot more time and think.
Okay.
But listeners, what we want you to do is to join the concert this afternoon. Gat, you want to throw, and CG, say something to the listeners regarding the concert for later on this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. You can't afford to miss the concert starting at 4 p.m. Between 4 and 7. It's going to feature a lot of the heavyweights, people like Ed Robinson. Michael Harris will be there. We also have headliner Pluto, Wayne Armon of Chalice. We have SDS, Sons of Maestro. The Tenors will be performing. And we have two surprise guests. I'm not sure how often we should keep it a surprise, but AJ Brown will be there. And they will also have some third world songs going as well. So a star-studded lineup, just celebrating South Florida, celebrating reggae, and the name Reggae Strong is saying that, hey, we are strong here with the culture, and during this time, reggae music is part of the healing to keep us strong. So you don't want to miss it, 4 p.m. And on this, you can stay right here on this platform and watch the entire show.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, it has been our pleasure, and we look forward to. First of all, let me wish you all the best for the concert later on today.
Thank you very much.
We want to have you back certainly on Sunday Scoops.
More than happy to. Thank you.
I had to give, but you're still not satisfied. More I see, the less I know. Can't believe how much you lie. You took my kindness for weakness.
I guess we also have Ed standing by.
Boy,
so not even hearing the music and everything, boy.
They saw the man deck out for the thing. Boy, man, make me feel embarrassed with the two like I hear about it. Ed Robinson. Ed Robinson. Welcome to Sunday Scoops, man. Eh?
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Bridget.
But listen, it's always great when we have our sons of the soil and we watch us, each other making waves and kicking up the dust, putting the island on the map. CG, this concept of Reggae Month, we are basking in it, and I can't stop telling you, how grateful we are to partner with you on this thing, and even more so to bring the heavyweights like Ed Robinson onto the platform with us. I have a couple of pointers that I want to throw at you, Ed. We want to share some of your music with the listeners. And of course, Ed, as CG pointed out later, is going to be on that big concert. But God, give us a little taste of Ed.
Words are spoken, there's nobody to hear. Nobody to hear. Just came to tell myself I'm not a fool. I can take the moon and spin it round in circles. Have what money can buy. What money can buy. With all my motor cars and fancy clothes, I'm a lucky guy. It's cold outside, just maybe I'll feel the cold.
Ed, talk to me about that song. Talk to me about that, because Eddie Kendricks that, you make Eddie Kendricks look like him now. Try. Talk to it. Talk to us.
No, I want to tell you something. That's been one of my favorite songs for years, Virgin. Used to sing it in a hotel band, sing it on, regular little bandstand, school bandstand. It's just one of them songs, the Virgin, where, it bring back a whoop of memory and just make you want to do it. So I just decided to, knock it over in a reggae,
Well, listen, if as a youngster growing up, a lot of this music coming out of North America, we grew up on it. And I will tell you, some Jamaican singers in that 60s, 70s period when I'm just being introduced to music were doing their take on a lot of these R&B songs that I thought it was their original. And I will tell you, Ed, if I didn't know Eddie Kendricks, I would have told you that this is your song, because that's the whole point. If you,
that's what
you own that song.
Well, I hope so.
Seriously, from a listener standpoint, you say, the singer take a song and do it. I don't have a lot of love for people who you know, sample another man's work, especially when they're not doing nothing with it. But this is a big difference. And I mean, the Eddie Kendricks, man. There's an album out there, one of his albums, and we won't speak about that on this show. But you have really knocked that one out of the park. But let me ask you this, Ed. How would you, you know, I know you've been in the business for a bit, you know, but how would you assess your own impact on the reggae genre, and you know, what advice you'd give to these youngsters who coming into the business?
Wow. That's a loaded question, because the truth is, given another youngster or another, you know, person coming into reggae business, advice is like, to me personally, I'm not even too sure what kind of advice to give them, because you have to create your own path. So maybe that's the advice I would have to give people.
That's the advice, yes.
Right, you know, so you have to create your own path, because it's very confusing at the beginning of every young artist's career. You know, when you have 4, 5, 6 people telling you or giving you advice or probably telling you what to do and how to do it. You know, it's kind of confusing when you know. That's why sometimes we don't learn a lot of stuff, because, you know, it's one of them things where you're not cut out for that, and somebody telling you to go in that direction.
Right.
You know, I had a problem even at the beginning of my career, even with my name, because, you know, back in the days when I came into as a singer, I started singing when everybody and their grandmother and named themselves after a movie actor. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And for me, for coming and use my real name, my real government name, at one stage of my career, a big time promoter in Jamaica tell me to change my name, because I sound like I have a name of his secretary. I sound like him secretary, you know what I mean? So,
right.
You know, if giving somebody advice, Bridget, is one of them things that I really don't get involved with. You know, I can always, you know, guide somebody, but giving them advice how to do their thing, that's like telling, you know, a car company how to build the shape of them car. You know what I mean?
In fairness, though, you did the advice. The answer I'm looking for, because you did. Be you. Find what works for you, and you stated that. You know, but you've been in the business, as you stated, you know, for a while, and you have worked with a lot of the big guns. In terms of the people that you have worked with over the years, who are the artists that you would say impacted your own personal development, if you will?
Actually, 3 artists majorly impact my thing. One I've never worked with. The one that I've never worked with would be Jacob Miller. Him straight up impact the way I perform on stage in terms of energy. You know? Right. The one version I can say I have a lot of respect for is Mr. Alton Ellis, you know. He showed me some of the things not to get involved with as a youngster. You know what I mean?
Right.
To a point where I actually call him daddy after a while. You know what I mean? It's like every time I talk to him, it's not like you respect a ghetto Dan where you say, yes, dada. You know what I mean? Straight up daddy for me was Mr. Alton Ellis.
Right.
The respect that I have in terms of talent, and I learn a lot of vocal styling from, if you listen to some of my songs, you can hear the influence coming through, would be Mr. Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown. Even before you answered, I could have tell you that, because this, you know, we're just reflecting.
The timbre of his voice reminds me of Richie Stevens too, you know.
Yeah, and Richie will tell you the same thing that he just said. Dennis Brown. Dennis Brown's a godfather. Well, the father of the music is Alton. I'm an Alton fan, big time. And right behind him is Dennis Brown. And I am fast becoming a fan of your work, especially when you flash that one of the poorest people there. CG, I'm pretty sure you have a question for Ed.
Well, more a comment. I watched Ed perform, recently, and his work. What I like about Ed is that he's a performer. You don't know what to expect. I saw him jump up on the stage. I start work with the drummer. They spin around. They interact with the audience, and just this level of energy. He's a performer, and I can see where the hotel circuit over the years would have built his style. So I can't put him in any particular box. Ed Robinson is Ed Robinson. He has influences, but he has his own style, and he's a super performer. I mean, he has a hit songs, no question, excellent voice. But again, for me, the standout for me with Ed is how well he connects with the audience, how he gets them involved, and how he commands the stage.
Well, listen, we're gonna be running into a break, but what I want to do, Ed, I want to touch another piece from you, and we just want to remind the listeners, you must join the concert later on this afternoon, where you get a chance to see Ed live and live in color. Almost on Ed.
It's following right after Sunday.
So good, my brother.
Let's give a listen.
Ooh, oh, now. Oh, well. Ooh, oh, now. I heard him say, Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm a knocking on heaven's door. And right now, I'm knocking on a heaven's door, boy. Knocking on a heaven's door. Knocking on a heaven's door, boy. Knocking on a heaven's door. I said I gotta put my guns to the ground, yeah. I can't shoot them anymore. You see the long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm a knocking on heaven's door. Compliments to you and the way you love me makes me wonder where you've been all my life. Sometimes I wonder, is it for real, or I'm a dreamer, or I'm just hypnotized, baby. The moment I laid my eyes on you, I just knew you were the one for me. Yeah, I'm so thankful that we're no longer strangers. You mean the world to me. Where I could get, girl,
Come down.
all my life.
Ed, we're gonna take a quick break. CG, don't move,
Don't
Ed,
touch it
because
now.
we're not finished with you yet. Okay? Well, let's take a quick break and get back.
All right.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. They are our biggest supporters and confidants, and our source of bellyfuls of laughter.
And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account, so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
The Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami, in association with ICOR Music Fest, presents the first annual South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, Sunday, February 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. This epic event will be streaming live on yardmedia.com and broadcast live on Old School Rules Radio. Come celebrate Reggae Month with Wayne Armand, Pluto Shervington, Ed Robinson, and more. The South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, streamed by DMR Media. You dream it, we'll do it.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
Drop.
Back.
Yes,
CG,
guys, thanks.
Man.
What question that we wanted to throw at you, because we have this opportunity here with this reggae, reggae in North America. How would you, as an artist, what's your view in terms of the progress, the development of the music on this side of the hemisphere?
That question is for me, right?
Yes.
All right. I see it was bigger at one stage in terms of the North American scene, because you and I know that from day one, North America was not really reggae maker, from the Bob Marley days. I think they might have to push a little bit, go over the edge of the mountain for really get the Bob Marley era into America. So, but right after that, once upon a time, even myself got caught up in that dragnet where the record company came into Jamaica and just threw out a big net and signed every recording artist and them grandmother coming out of Jamaica. Everybody got signed,
Right.
Even myself got signed right off of Sunsplash stage. I got signed to MCA Records.
Right.
But it was one of them big experiments, and that was when reggae music was huge in America. After a while, it just make a move like this, drop down. So I blame it. I really blame it on, management for one. The management situation, I blame it on that. And I blame it on artist attitude, because we kind of help mess up that whole thing that too. But for right now, I think reggae music is definitely on a comeback again.
Right.
But they're selecting who to work with now. Once upon a time there was no selection of who to work with. Now they're realizing they have to pinpoint and figure out who to work with now. So it's on a rise again. In my opinion, I see it. It's on a nice rise again. So we just have to nourish it and take care of it this time, because it can work, Richard.
Well, I asked that question, a deliberate question, because I'm looking at what's happening, and of course I have a big historical grasp of where we're coming from in terms of the business, right?
Yes, sir.
I agree with you, Ed, that we seem to be on a nice little upturn, if you will, but there has been some changes in terms of the way how artists are being produced now. You yourself as an artist is into the production side of your work. You're also taking more control of your own creative material, which is what was absent at the time, as you said, when they came and threw out this big net. So everything went to catch.
Totally absent.
Right. So that is an issue that, you know, for us at Sunday Scoops, we want to explore. And again, it is something that we would like to do some work with you in terms of some discussions and stuff like that. At the same time, too, we are looking at some other little projects, and we believe, you know, that this little synergy that we're developing here, would love to explore it some more.
Yes, sir.
Time is not something that we have a lot of today, but again, we just want to use the opportunity to say to the viewers, the listeners out there, you know, well, I'm going to ask you to do that plug for the concert for later, and we're going to take a little as we step out, so we can bring in our next guest too. That we want to leave you with that One of the Poorest People song, because that Flora, that is what you call a Flora. Ed.
Give thanks.
Words are spoken, there's nobody to hear, nobody to hear. Just came to tell myself I'm not a fool. I can take the moon and spin it round in circles.
God, you can tell him bye-bye.
Yes, Ed, it was a pleasure working with you today. We hope to see more of you in the future. And trust me, brethren.
Yes, my brother.
Big up. One love.
Big up. Give thanks. Yes, sir?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Salute.
Thanks, Ed.
Salute. Yes, my brother. Cold outside, just maybe.
Yes, Richie, that was fantastic. Great rendition of that song.
Well, I see we have been joined by a lovely young lady. I wonder why she's not smiling though. Eh? CG, eh? Why is the lady not smiling? What did you do to this young lady? Eh?
Well, if it's what I think it is, she has a lot to be smiling about.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sunday Scoops. And,
hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I'm Tammy Chang.
Tammy, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. My name is Richard, and to the man at the wheels of steel is Garth, and of course the entire Sunday Scoops team. Welcome you.
And the gentleman on the other side is the Consul General.
I see Mr. Consul there, General.
Yes.
Nice meeting you in person. I know we've had a few discussions before.
Excellent.
I'm glad we're able to do this, yeah.
Nice. Good to meet you on the show.
Yeah, virtually, yes.
So.
Okay, well, the artist, she's joining in soon, so I give her a little time. She's having a little bit difficulty joining in.
All right. So in the meantime,
we're gonna run a couple pieces of our work, and as we prepare for her. Okay.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Oh, your heart state, now no vacancy. Last time, see you on FaceTime, chatting up the place, bout in our relationship. Me, I go put you on lockdown. I put your body on lockdown. You got me on lock now. You got my person on lock. Oh, if you love me, you should let me. You should let me. You should let me know. And if you don't know, better feel let me. Better feel let me. I better you let me go. Pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. Nobody deal with the bag and talking. Me nothing know we are chilling in an apartment. Hope you don't mind me asking, where will we go? When the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road.
Frankie music. Yeah, yeah.
beat, dance all on the street, can't stall no defeat. 2030, we still a do it. Every stage show, we still a keep. Every big song, them a repeat. Them a respond in them feet. Them a clap hands in them teeth. Make them heart attack in my altar back. Enough style we have, them can't alter that. Me start a track and them start attack. So what am I gonna do right after that? Me only spit lyrics, no really talk a lot, and I know. Touchdown like quarterback, palm account up the money, give me half of that. Me coulda do it for the hype, but me rather not. It give me joy if you write rhyme pan beat. Lay it down like white line pan street. Music sweet, I just like one treat. Drop it hotter than island heat. Yeah, me with the island floor. It coulda be digital, I don't know. Hear some people say I don't grow. Tell them all on cause time go show. Kick it like a ballatelli. Here say me look better on a telly. Give me the world and me I got shelly. That I'm a dream but this and a Nelly. Give me the rhythm and chop it a chop. When me finish if it a drop. No say my voice have a proper on that. But my name sit on a plot and attack. I do reggae music cause in the commotion. When the music hit me, coming like a potion. Why? Alright. Yeah, me have the waves never stuck in the ocean. Coffee have a style them smoother than a lotion. Why? I know everybody got the keys, but me have it with my seat. Give Caesar what for Caesar, give the youth them a feature. What I go on to Jamaica, Parliament on the paper. Forget the youth and the cater, that's why the country not safer. Here say the guns them pile out here, here not much make a smile out here. Here say the youths them wild out here, money can't run for a mile out here. Here say the government vile out here, get a tears long of an aisle out here. Youths are turning a last mile out here, that's why them send for a child out here. Me humbly no, but me hype on the beat. Look out for coffee, me life on the street. Me have 5 feet, but me sharp like teeth. Coffee me name, so I'm bound with heat. Me take the heat and me melt with the ice. In a politician, I make them start pay price. Juvenile malt out, enough like plain rice. Go for any politician when I play nice. I do reggae music, cause in the commotion. When the music hit me, coming like a potion. Why?
We just featured Lockdown and Ragamuffin from Grammy recording artist Coffee, our special guest today. Miss Chang, what's up? What go on?
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you, Miss Chang.
Oh, hi. Yes, everything is everything. You know, the artist is on. Welcome, Coffee.
Blessings. Thanks for having me. Sorry for the lack of visuals.
Oh, okay. you had me there for a second. Coffee, I will be the first to say that I am a fan. And that is not an easy thing for me because I am old school. Yeah. But the day that we heard about Coffee, in fact, you had done a song for Usain Bolt, and my son brought it to my attention on Instagram, right? And from then we just figured that this is something special, and I will say this to you. You are special. But a question, Coffee, how did that name come about?
Thank you for everything you just said. Blessings. The name Coffee came about pretty organically. I remember literally drinking a cup of coffee in high school. But Jamaica hot and it was September, so summer heat still on. And my classmates just decided that was the name for me.
And it stuck.
Yes, definitely.
Typically with Jamaicans, and if you resist, can you imagine if you had resisted? But I guess it is fair to say that as an artist, all artists have influences, and I'm curious, who would you say are your own artistic influencers?
I would say some of my inspirations come from less of an old school roots and more like of a newer generation. So artists like Protege, Chronics. But at the same time, I remember listening to a lot of music that my mom would play, especially on a Sunday like today.
Right.
Throughout the house, like a lot of old school music that I got familiar with, but not necessarily was a big fan of a certain artist from that era.
Interesting. As we talk about influencers, one of the biggest influencers of the dancehall, DJ Johnny, transitioned last week. U-Roy, yes. What did you know of U-Roy and his contribution to Jamaican music? And did his work have any impact on you as an artist?
Well, I would say yes, for sure. Of all the reggae music that my mom used to listen to, the ones that really stuck were the ones that started with "Wake the Town and Tell the People." So like if I'm on an international interview and people ask me about a throwback, I can definitely use that. And even if I don't hear clearly all the way him say, while adults would know what him say from that time, I still know of it, and I know it's been a part of my upbringing.
You have a song that again. That stuck with me. Again, as I said, once we listened to that Usain Bolt piece that you did, I started to give a listen. And you wrote another song, "Burning," which I'm going to ask our selector to put that on the turntable so we can share it with the listeners. And I will, I want you to tell us the story behind it. And I will explain to you why that song impacted me so much. "Burning," here we go.
Come with the fire, the city burning. Don't just turn it up fire and keep it burning. It's a burn like a tire, me have a burning sun. And if we try for retire, me leave them yearning. None can out my flame. No, it can't quench, can't cool, can't tame. Since the devil don't like it himself, it turn it down. So me just give him the fire and make it burn him. Coffee on the street, tongue tapping at the heat. Jeans, pants and cracks, no socks, they on me feet. Nap sock when me a beat, well pack up on the neat. Stay woke, no sleep, me no little go keep. Money for me mind, but me never have a kind. Now cause me does a hustle for the pretty dollar sign. I never no fun time, life rough sometime. But me know me and me mommy happy.
"Burning, burning, burning, burning." Coffee, that song. Tell us about the song.
Okay, so as a fifth form student, having done my C6 subjects and applying for sixth form for Arden High School where I was a student, I got turned down. And I remember Arden being the only school I had applied for. And after C6, many parents and students know that that's like a critical time. That's the time you either move on to like another institution to take your learning higher, or you would get a job.
Right.
Yes, I only sent out one application that summer, and it was to Arden sixth form, and I didn't get through. And I remember really kind of being at a very unique place in my life, like a place that I felt like I'd never been before, and it encouraged me to feel expressive. And I came across, I had just done the Usain Bolt tribute, and some of the watchers of that tribute were Upsetter Records, some people from Upsetter Records who produced the song "Burning." So they sent me the rhythm around that time, and I remember just having a very deep meds and just kind of reflecting on my time at the school and thinking about my future, thinking hard about the present as well at the time, like what I was feeling, going through, and really trying to express that as best as possible. And I wrote really from my heart, just saying that, even if I'm not necessarily meant to go on an academic path, and even if my high school didn't accept me, that wouldn't make me feel out of place or like I didn't have a place or a purpose in life. I would definitely find a flame somewhere else, and I was saying nothing can out my flame. So not even a situation like that or somebody turning me down. I just had to keep the fire burning. So that's literally I expressed exactly what I was feeling.
As I said before, I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I'm a fan because of the power of that song.
Thank you.
That song speaks to an issue that affects some 34,000 Jamaicans every year find themselves going through the same situation that you were faced with. Only a handful will make it to university, or make it to sixth form and eventually university. But you turn that what we call it, that negative, into a positive, and it leads me to another question that I want to share with you, because there are millions of youngsters out there, millions literally, searching, dreaming of making something of their lives or trying to accomplish something, and against a background of burning, what would you say to them?
I would say belief in self is definitely the beginning of anyone's journey. You have to have a certain faith in yourself and in your ability, in your potential to do great things. You have to work at that. A vision has to come next, for sure. You have to see for yourself how far you can go and how you can get there, or how you're willing to get there. And working at that vision and staying determined, staying consistent is definitely a big part of that. So whatever your talent may be, whether it's a sport or like are you sing or you do visual art, whatever it may be, working hard in your field and definitely having a vision for yourself, believing in yourself and just pushing, never stopping.
Amazing, because I'm a visual artist. That's my background.
Yeah.
My background is business, but I'm also a visual artist, and you see that a lot of youngsters who they have this vision, and if you don't have that inner strength, because clearly, whatever it is, you clearly had that inner strength, have that inner strength, because that is what has driven you to this point. I get it close to your mother.
Yes, I am.
By the way, I understand your mother is a past student at Camperdown High School. Am I correct?
Yes, she's.
Well, to the Camperdown posse out there, just want you to recognize that we are, I'm not afraid to say it. We're in the presence of greatness. I watched the career of people like Bob Marley, the Dennis Browns, and so on. Sunday Scoops is about a vision that we have carried for a long time. I had this vision more than 15 years ago, and when I came here, connected with a couple of my very good friends, and we all have this shared vision that has produced this show, where we look at the music from a historical standpoint in terms of the platform of where it's coming from, people like yourself who is the present and the future of the music. And when you won that Grammy, it was a point in our experience and history in Jamaica. And I'm gonna ask God to run that song, and then we wanna come back, because there's a question that I wanna pose to you that I'm pretty sure all of us as Jamaicans wanna just get that feedback from you. Let's hear the song.
So we are coming in with a force, blessings we are reap and we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. And gratitude is a must. Me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast for the friends we take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored. Then only said the road and we go on with the road. Third form, me say me try a thing, and it formed out to be a fire thing. Now up on stage with chronics I sing, see me all diggy soon get the higher ring like hello brother. Me say I had to shot ya, saw your poster, spectacular photo. Keep it burning, yes that's the motto. If me the butter pass through your shot, to can't ball in a life man. Me have to thank God for the journey.
Wow, Coffee. The nomination comes. You are now at the awards presentation. Your name is called. The song is represented, and so you tell us what the emotions that you went through on that particular evening when you were collecting this award.
I think what was able to happen to me during that experience was, rather than feeling overwhelmed with self-appreciation, I think I really felt proud for my country. I felt like being able to break certain barriers is always a great accomplishment for any artist. And I think for reggae music specifically, and for such a small country as Jamaica, winning a Grammy is always a big thing that goes back to the genre itself and, you know, perpetuates the greatness of the genre, and it goes back on our country, and it just is a bright light that shines.
Well, you know, listening to you with that, expressing those kind of sentiments, it belies your age, I will tell you that.
Thank you.
For most,
21.
you know, for a
Happy
20.
belated birthday.
Oh yes,
Thank
how could we
you.
forget that? You see?
Thank you.
But Coffee, you know, listening to you express that kind of sentiment, I'm telling you, know, me still I get goosebumps, you know, because it is a message that you are sending to the young girls out there specifically.
Yes.
To the youngsters generally, and I'm talking about young Jamaican young women. And you started that off, Go Back to Burning. For me, and I love your music, but Burning because of the passion that it evoked. And then you had the Grammy is an encapsulation of all of that, because had you gone to sixth form, you know, it's a hypothetics, but is there a chance that you'd still be doing this music at this stage?
I think a lesser chance.
There you go. So I think the messaging is, regardless of, you know, whatever the opportunities that life throws at you, you take them and run with them. And that is what, for me, as an artist, you represent. You had another big song again, and there's an issue out there in Jamaica, which I'm going to throw this question at you, but Lockdown. I know, God, you probably touched that song before, but I really want us to revisit the song, especially because of the coronavirus thing. And I just, you know, want to pick your brain a little bit before, because we're kind of running out of time. But God, Lockdown.
Where will we go when the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road? Oh, maybe gonna start, pull up in a fast car, yeah, and a fast start, make you want the fast part, yeah. I know you're feeling me, you know I'm feeling you. So what now we for do, yeah. Hey fancy, oh your heart state, now no vacancy. Last time see you on FaceTime, chatting up the place, bout you know my relationship. Me I go put you on lockdown, I put your body on lockdown. You got me on lock now, you got my person on lock. Oh, if you love me, you should let me.
Wow, Coffee.
Yes.
COVID-19 globally, right? And in particular, Jamaica. First of all, the influence of that song. What was the influence?
I would say just reality. Things that are happening in life during the I think music is about capturing, I think that's the correct word, a feeling or a moment or a feeling within a moment. So I think music, especially Jamaican, like reggae dance, always tend to speak of a certain time. So you can listen to someone's music and kind of get a reggae artist or dancehall artist music and get an idea of what was happening around the time that they wrote their piece or, you know, their project and put it out. And just capturing a sense of reality. It's COVID. We're on lockdown. We're thinking literally we're in our houses, you know, like in the room, in the balcony, wherever we are, watching TV, doing whatever. We're thinking, where will we go? And with the video, I really wanted to capture that feeling of freedom and that feeling of getting out there. And, you know, being excited, linking with your friends again and doing stuff that you like to do, going to the beach and having a party feeling, a party vibe. And yeah, I think I was able to do that with the effort of lockdown. Just capture a feeling of a moment.
If you know, I'm of the view that at some point in your life, in your youthful life, especially over the last year, that you must have been watching this Sunday Scoops program, because we talk about that every day. You know, every week we run this show, and you know, we talk about, you want to know what's happening in Jamaica at any point in time, you listen to the music, and you have essentially, you know, defined that. Not just for us, but for the listeners out there. But, you know, coronavirus is serious, and, you know, if you had a message for Jamaica, what would that message be?
I would definitely say stay positive, especially in these times, because I know it's really difficult across the board, regardless of your background. And even my song Pressure kind of captures that expression of that feeling as well, of, you know, just everybody, regardless of what's happening, feeling the pressure when it does come. And it's a moment of pressure we're in. So let's look out for each other. Let's be kind. Let's spread love and stay peaceful as much as possible.
Well, you know, it's we're kind of running against the clock at this point. We are thrilled that you were able to join us. Would have loved to have been able to capture you visually, but I'm sure if we extend an invitation to you to come back and spend some time with us on Sunday Scoops, I know you're not going to tell us no.
I would be happy to.
Oh, my goodness. So, guess what, Coffee? We are so impressed by you. We, you know, here at Sunday Scoops, we see you as that role model that our youngsters in Jamaica, even old fogies like myself, can learn a few things from. And so, you know, we want to use this opportunity to just wish you all the best, to grow from strength to strength. We certainly are going to ask you back. You know, you have so much, and we believe that this platform is not just speaking to Jamaicans here in the diaspora, but this is a global platform, and your message is global. And, you know, we would love to have you back here with us on Sunday Scoops. And so I'm locking you in on that promise in a coffee, eh? I'm working mother as a camperdown. You're right? Your mother as a camperdown young woman. We're gonna adopt you as a camperdownian as well. And we're gonna adopt you as a Sunday Scoops a Sunday Scoops ambassador.
Ambassador, yeah.
And if you...
Okay, no problem.
I'm going to ask you just to invite the listeners. Let them know that this is the place. Sunday Scoops, you want to know about Jamaican music, the history of Jamaican music, that this is the place. Eh?
Blessings. This is Original Coffee representing for Sunday Scoops, letting you know that this is the place for you to get all your music information and stay up to date within the country of Jamaica and even outside of those limits. Blessings.
Absolutely phenomenal. CG,
a big fan. Big coffee.
Well, Coffee. Whoa, I mean, it sounds like I want to get in a couple of seconds, but I just want to tell you that the entire community here loves you. Your song Post last year kept all of us energized. I think your message today resonated. Sometimes there's a step back, a step forward with your challenge with sixth form. And I am so happy that a female is leading the charge. And in a I would say a male-dominated industry, it's great to have a female now at either at the top, close to the top, having won the Grammy, and just a young person doing so well. We're very inspired by you. Keep on doing what you do. Keep following your path. Keep creating your own voice and inspiring the world. And we look forward to you staying close with us here in South Florida.
And Sunday Scoops.
Thank you. Blessings.
Blessings.
Respect.
Under the pressure, if your porch up and take away now. Reach it in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, you know, but do not make it stress, cause it happy be better. Happy be under the pressure, my friend. Mercy, this can't get no worse.
And And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
The Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami, in association with ICOR Music Fest, presents the first annual South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, Sunday, February 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. This epic event will be streaming live on yardmedia.com and broadcast live on Old School Rules Radio. Come celebrate Reggae Month with Wayne Armand, Pluto Shervington, Ed Robinson, and more. The South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, streamed by DMR Media. You dream it, we'll do it.
Round.
Reggae man a come. Hal Anthony, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Manners and respect, man. Manners.
I always that hear the respect.
Yes.
You know, the man is a respect in every aspect. Well,
yes, I.
Reggae man.
Yes, my lord.
Respect. You know,
respect.
Welcome to Sunday Scoops, and of course the big man is in the house. The CG. And you know, we want to make this. This is the final stanza for Sunday Scoops.
Can hardly hear you.
This is the final stanza for Sunday Scoops on Reggae Month, and so we save the best wine for the last. Yeah. So that's why,
I'm so proud.
That's why you know that. You know.
I mean.
Yeah.
After coffee, man, trust me, there's nothing left.
Hold it for your hand. Hold it to the face.
Yeah, hold it, man. Listen, it's only the big ass that will carry for the second part of the race, and you are in that slot. So, but we just want to use the opportunity to welcome you to Sunday Scoops. We take a lot of pride in terms of what we do, in terms of the selection of who we bring on the show. And you have your catalog is a testament to your own ability. Your music speaks for itself, and we're gonna share a bit of that music with the listeners and the viewers this afternoon. And we're gonna try to have a nice little exchange. You're on the show this afternoon. CG's big show this afternoon.
Yes, with the tenors, working with the tenors.
So we're gonna talk with you about that as well, and what can be expected. But you have a massive catalog, and we're gonna make the music speak. But before we do that, CG, let me bring CG in at this point.
Thank you. Listen, about 6 months ago, we hosted Marcus Garvey celebration at the consulate, and this gentleman performed a song for us, and then I was about to leave, and he said, "CG, just hold on a little bit more." And I said, "All right," and I did. And as he started to sing, man, I had to join him on stage at the front to sing along with him. I was so moved. And that song, he has a song, Teach Them to Unite. All they do is fuss and fight. They don't know how to do things right. And it has just been a nice theme song for me. I love it. And I believe there's a lot more to come from Al Anthony. I think he has a lot to contribute to the industry. I always encourage him, keep positive. Sometimes you go through, as Coffee said it, sometimes you have to step back to step forward. But I think his positivity and his experience and his voice lend well, and I think your time has come, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
I want to endorse those sentiments, but
I really appreciate that.
Well, guess what? The time to unite. I think let's give a listen.
We have everybody run, come look. That's how we're starting out with.
All right.
Well, I don't know what I'm going on, Everybody does that. Well, I don't know. People that just fight off them one another. Sure, Rasta no. Don't like them things.
Everyone, run, come look. Come and see what is going on. Everyone, run, come look. Come and see what is going on. One man kill another man, and don't even know the reason why. One man he kill another man, but he got to tell Jaja why. Speak the truth and speak it ever, cause it what it will. Yeah, he who hide the wrong he did, he does the wrong thing still. So everyone run, come look. Come and see what is going on. Everyone, run, come and look ya now. Come and see what is going on. This is the time that we all should live as one, brothers. This is the time that we all should live as one, sisters. So come along, brothers, and come along, sisters. UNITY is unity. So come along, brothers and sisters. Oh, you must live as one heart, cause two wrongs can never make a right. Look into the age that you're living in today, brothers. Every day I give praises unto Jah and thank Him for another day. Oh yeah. Every day I give praises unto Jah and thank Him for another day. Oh yeah. And every time I look around, Jah is always smiling down. Never does He wear a frown at me. And every time I close my eyes, Jah is there with no surprise.
Yes, Hal, that tune, Blessings. Tell us about that song.
Well, that song, I was living in Maryland, and my cousin and I was there, and we came up with that song. And that song particularly is about life, because when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, personally, I give thanks to the Father for waking me up, because a lot of people go to bed, they didn't wake up.
True that.
You know, and then again, I'll sit down and say I'm going through some stuffs. But when I check it, I see other people going through worse than I am going through. So that's why I have to give thanks every day to the Father. Even that song, the Mighty Diamonds love that song, and they called me the other day and said they want to cover it. And I told them, go ahead. I love that.
I was just about to tell you that it reminds me so much of Tabby and the Mighty Diamonds, trust me.
But listen,
yeah, man, they just covered it, man. That's my original.
That, well, brethren, CG said it earlier. You know, life is about, you know, your time. And if you know, one of the things we learn, well, certainly for our little group here, Hal, we started out with just an idea, but we all believed in the idea. And, you know, sometimes you go through all kind of struggle, and you wonder if it's worth it. And it's the time when you probably is thinking of giving up, when your break is coming, you know?
Yeah.
Because Mighty Diamonds, I mean, talk to me, eh? Talk to me. So if you want somebody to help you carry the bag, you can call me, you know. I don't have no problem.
I will call CG. I will call CG, and then he will call you, because that brother, even if I was willing to quit the music after seeing him within that period of time that he was telling you about,
right,
I changed my mind.
Well, listen, Hal, you have an incredible voice, right? CG, respond. Your response. Let me not take away, because
listen. I mean, listen. To know that anything I said had that sort of impact means so much to me, because you know, I try always to speak from the heart, and I was deeply moved when I heard that song. The office can tell I sang it for the whole week, and I said, man, I love that song. I love that song, and I was so happy I stayed tonight. And I just connected with it, and I you know, I just seen good things for you, Sir Alan, and thank you for those kind words.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hal, what is the name of the song?
It named Oja Illumination.
Okay, all right. I'll see if I can find it before the end of it.
If you can't find it, if you can't find it, I can probably play it live for you.
But while you're doing that, the voice that you have, Hal has his guitar, so why don't let's do that.
You want to hear a little piece of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Jah, teach them to unite, Lord, 'cause all them a do is fuss and fight. They don't know how to do things right. Teach them, Jah, me say teach them to unite, Lord, 'cause all them a do is fuss and fight. They don't know how to do things right. I'm calling on you, Jah, to restore the love in their heart. Mankind have been falling apart for a very, very, very long time, Lord. Regardless of your race, nationality or religion, let us all come together to fight the Holy Armageddon, Lord. Teach them to unite, Lord, 'cause all them a do is fuss and fight. They don't know how to do things right.
There you go. CG, you see, you bring the man on live, eh? First on Sunday School.
That is just
we are joined.
That's just for CG, man. I had to bring my guitar for it.
Yes, well, listen, CG, you see the kind of power that you have. We are joined. I'll just, let me just recognize the presence of Beauty in the house. She balance the picture here.
Yes.
Jackie has joined us, and I know Jackie has a few things, but she's going to spend a little time with us. Hey, Jackie?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Nice.
But Hal, your catalog, and I want to go back to that because the catalog of music, you did an album that you covered. What's the name of this group?
Gladiators.
The Gladiators. The Gladiators is not a group that a lot of Jamaicans who set them into Jamaican music know about. One of the best group coming out of that Trenchtown area.
Yes.
And but not with the level of exposure. And when I saw you, I listened to the album, and I'm saying that is really what draw me to you, because to put those songs together. For those guys are on the periphery of the music, but it's a great group, and we're gonna feature a couple of those songs. Got?
Hello, Carol, I'm depending on you. Hello, Carol, I'm depending on you. Run for cover, run for cover, Rasta taking over, taking over. Run for cover, run for cover, rebel taking over, taking over. I'm a man of prayers. None of my doing shall never go wrong. Yes, I'm a man of prayers. None of my doings shall never go wrong.
One more tune.
Jah hear I when I cry. Jah hear I when I cry. 'Cause I'm a great meditator. Yes, I'm a great meditator. The wicked have arms like a roaring lion. Some gone like hooligan. Some say them a gargon. Some move like mafia. But no matter where you from, you can never get away. You'll have to stand up and face this judgment day. Oh yes, you'll never get away. Oh no, some come from a far land.
That song, Richie, Hooligan. Hal, that Hooligan song reminds me so much of the Ethiopians. It reminds me so much of the Gladiators. And it also reminds me so much of the Uniques. You managed to capture 3 big groups in a one song.
Well, I think it is a testament to his own the depth, if you will, of his own his vocal range. The Gladiators, for example, is a sound that is very unique to that group. I think Gladiators was not as successful because of the time that they came and the kind of management support that they had. I think they have about 4 albums, right? But to pick that, Al, because I'm a big Gladiators fan, and that's why when I saw the thing, I said, let me jump on this thing. But for the people who just joining, just want to say you are tuning to Sunday Scoops, and this is our tribute, our contribution to the Reggae Month, to 2021's Reggae Month observances. We are working in concert with the consulate, the Jamaican consulate in Miami, and of course we have with us the erstwhile Consul General Oliver Mayer, and of course the lovely Jackie, who is our lays on. I don't wanna jump the gun too much because Jackie has a couple of pointers that we want to make. We just want to thank you guys for having the confidence in us to be part of this Reggae Month celebrations. And I know, Jackie, you have some stuff that you want to add, but I am going to ask you to just enjoy the next couple of minutes that we're going to spend with Hal Anthony, a really significantly good vocalist that we are unearthing and exposing to the rest of the world. Hey, Jackie?
Absolutely, yes.
So
without a doubt.
We're going to treat you to another couple of selections of music. Al is going to be on the CG's concert later on this afternoon. The Reggae Strong concert, which is
Sunday Scoops, right?
Absolutely. Immediately after Sunday Scoops, that concert will open up. And of course, it's bringing to a close the South Florida's participation in the Reggae Month celebrations. And of course, Jackie, I know you have some pointers that you want to share with us and tell us that, that we need to step up the game come next year because, if you will have us, we're going to be here. But let's run a couple more tunes for Hal.
Don't you run and hide, 'cause if you slip, you go and slide, yeah. Where you gonna run to when Jaja come? I say, where you gonna run to when Jaja come? I say, where you gonna run to when Jaja come? I say, where you gonna run to when Jaja come? Hey, you gonna run to the rock. Nowhere to say run. You gonna run to the sea. Nowhere to say hide. You gonna run to the hills. Nowhere to say you gonna run. There is a land far, far away, so far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away, that there's a land far, far away, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords.
All right, I can come now. Yes. Reggae Man.
Yes, I.
That's it. You really have opened the floodgates, and we're encouraging the listeners out there. Hal, your music is available on what are the platforms?
All social medias, all the platforms, YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, you name it. I'm on Pandora. I'm all over the place.
Well, we are sending them to buy your music because that's part of the thing too. People,
yes,
we need to support the artists. It's one thing that we enjoy the music. We're encouraging the listeners, the viewers, to go out there and shop. iTunes, Amazon, you said.
Yes,
and
Spotify.
And on Spotify. But more importantly, you're going to be on the concert this evening. And CG,
yes.
I don't know, you want to put in a few punches in terms of that.
Yeah, and I will be performing with the tenors. So tenors really, I have some big hits. A lot of the younger people are not aware of these songs. I'm encouraging persons to stay tuned for the entire show. It's a super lineup. Pluto Shervington, Wayne Armon, Chalice. We're going to have people like Ed Robinson, SDS, the tenors. We have the Roots. We have Visions Band. We have Rose Heights Band. We have Steve Higgins. We have Michael Harris, and SDS female group. So I promise next year we will have more females on the show. Right? It's nothing deliberate. One of the things we do want is we want to see some more female. You know, we have some great females in the community. It's just organizing for this year, and I must tell you that I am happy to see when our females rise up and continue to do well in the industry. I think it's very important. And I saw the performance of Master Griffiths last night, and I just love to see when our females do well. So you can look forward next year to see more females on the show. But 4 o'clock this evening, not to be missed.
Also,
and you can stay right here and think. We will have a surprise performance from AJ, and he will do a couple of third world tunes as well.
Okay, we were just about to blow the lid on that one. Well, listen, we're gonna go to a break. Jackie, I know we wanna bring you in right after the break. I know you have quite a bit of stuff that you wanna cover, and so the floor is gonna be yours just at the end of this quick break. But before we leave, Hal, any final words?
Oh, yes. I just want to thank you all for having me. And when you guys invite me to come on, it shows me that what I'm doing is very good. And I will continue to do my work. And without you guys, I really, honestly, it's like I got $1 million.
Well, listen, the $1 million,
to me,
the real money
that's how it feel. That's how it feel in my heart. And I will continue to do my work. And I am asking you guys to just be there with me.
Yeah, man, we're here.
So with me, because you know when the harvest come, we're all gonna reap everything that was sown by I and the I them.
There you go. There you go. Respect in every aspect.
Respect.
Manners.
As we go to the break, let me just leave you with a final little piece of Reggae Man's big catalog. And remember, iTunes, Amazon.
Reggae Man. Yeah, man. Irie Man. Yeah, man. Every time I leave my home, yeah, London, New York City, and every time I come to town, yeah, greetings from the people around, yeah. Yes, man.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. They are our biggest supporters and confidants, and our source of bellyfuls of laughter.
And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account, so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
The Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami, in association with ICOR Music Fest, presents the first annual South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, Sunday, February 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. This epic event will be streaming live on yardmedia.com and broadcast live on Old School Rules Radio. Come celebrate Reggae Month with Wayne Armand, Luther Shervington, Ed Robinson, and more. The South Florida Reggae Strong Celebration, streamed by DMR Media. You dream it, we'll do it.
Round.
And we are back, and we're gonna turn the show over to the lovely lady in our midst. Can you imagine? A rose between two thorns. Jackie, welcome again to Sunday Schools.
Thank you very much to Consul General Oliver Mayer and to the team from the Sunday Scoop for having me join on behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. And we really want to thank you for the collaboration and hosting us today. And of course, our very special guest, our brand ambassador, the youngest reggae, I would say, Grammy Award winner in the world.
Absolutely.
Coffee. She is from Jamaica. Isn't that great? That's an excellent story.
She's fabulous.
Absolutely. We have the fastest man in the world. We have the youngest reggae artist in the world, female too. We have the greatest reggae icon that has braced the shores, Bob Marley. And the list goes on and on and on. We're very proud to have these excellent brands that promote Jamaica on the global stage.
And Sunday Scoops and Yard Media.
Yes, and Sunday Scoop and Yard Media, taking it to the world. Yes, yes. Big up yourself. Right. It's a very unique year. And with the advent of COVID, sometimes disappointment situation creates opportunities. And while we have not been able to get out on the road and dance and prance across the island and have the big street festivals, what this has given us a chance to do is to think creative. And so this year, Reggae Month, in its 14th staging, we have had to convert it into a virtual. And let me tell you what one of the experiences I've seen here is that we have all become techies. True or false?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We have been forced to learn technology.
Absolutely.
Even the greatest of technology experts have learned, and they're still learning out of this entire experience. And so we have gone a whole month of, well, as a matter of fact, it started before February for me and for several of us, because we had our launch in January by the Honorable Olivia Babsy-Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. And she's our overall executive producer for Reggae Month celebration, supported by Lenford Salmon. He's the project director, chairman for Reggae Month 2021. And I must acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Consul General, Oliver Mayer. Let me tell you something. All I need to say, Oliver, I have this idea and this is what is going on. And Oliver just run with it. That's the kind of Consul General, I must say. We're really, really happy. I have a personal relationship with him. We think alike. We have been in our MBA class together. So all I need to say is, Oliver, this is happening, and he's just gone with it. So congratulations, kudos to him. We know that come next year, with longer lead time for the Reggae Month and the 60th year celebration, we have no excuse to start the planning from now. So this sets the tone for what is to come for 2021. It's a great program. The world has embraced it. We always know that reggae is loved across the world, but I will tell you, the theme that says, come catch the rhythm, is really catching the rhythm across the world. We've had the privilege of Florida being on board. We have seen the program that Consul General has put together in Florida. We have overall over 100 events that have been staged by the Reggae Month program, including several conversations featuring many of our reggae icons, such as Jimmy Cliff, Leroy Sibbles, Ken Booth, Mighty Diamonds, a lot of people who don't know a lot of these artists, the rich history, the background. We have a concept called In the Studio, as well as reggae conversations that have been taking place with many of our artists throughout the program. In addition to that, we conceptualize university symposiums, many platforms that we were happy that Consul General and members across the world were able to collaborate and to participate. Some of them focusing on helping the industry to understand how they can restructure themselves, how they can generate income through platforms such as estate planning, business opportunities, understanding how to manage your finances, insurance, buying a home. These are all critical process to your career path and your development in the creative and cultural industry. And, you know, one of the challenges that it is always said that the industry is not as structured because, you know, or the lifestyle is a little bit more freelance. But we at the ministry, and I've had the privilege of serving on the Ministers Advisory Board, Entertainment Advisory Board for the last 3.5 years. So I really do understand at that level, and not only at the advisory level, but I understand the challenges, the nuances, and the opportunities. And we need to share more the opportunities that a lot of our sectors don't understand. Because just like the sporting industry, you know, the talent and the skill, they focus on the talent and the skills. But where they need help are business managers who can manage talents. Remember, the talents also need to be aware, because you don't want a manager who is a bad manager managing an artist, because you'll never grow. And this is a clear example of the relationship we have now developed with someone like Tammy Chan from with Coffee. I have encouraged her to participate in several of the business forums, make a contribution, as well as share her own experience. And as we go along, you know, you're listening and you're able to articulate and share with your artists as you go along how important it is for them to represent Brand Jamaica. For her as a product, she's a product. She's a product of Jamaica. And so there's a pride that comes with it. There's going to be demand to communicate and spread the message and the humility. Every time an artist from Jamaica hit a stage on the global stage, what you see, what you hear, how you speak, how you carry yourself. Not only is the Consul General an ambassador, they are all ambassadors. Or radio hosts like yourselves, we are very proud of you, because we see, sometimes we forget the media. We forget to acknowledge the host. They have to understand the language. They have to understand the history. They have to do a little bit of research before an artist come on the program. We commend you. We commend your skills. We commend your knowledge in this business. And that gives ratings, right?
Absolutely.
So coming on your program on Sunday Scoop, getting somebody like Coffee, shut up your rating. That's all about, that's the business. That's the business side of it. And we have to see these things, you know, it adds credibility. And so as we promote Reggae Month this year, which was a very rich program virtually. In fact, it is probably seen now as one of the best virtual programs ever in right now music. And we need it. We need it. It's a whole long month. And I must say that this is now dubbed as the largest music festival on the calendar in the world. You know, we always do things different, right?
Absolutely.
So Reggae Month is the longest music festival. And so there were a combination of things that came out of it as well. We put together a package called Great Reggae Festival a Yard. That encompassed the highlights of things like Reggae Sun Fest, Reggae Sun Splash. So we featured these programs also on television, just to remind them that these are great products that came out of reggae, out of the brand Reggae. Think about the Reggae boys. Think about the Reggae girls. You know, the energy that they ignite just by using the name Reggae, that's powerful. And our Prime Minister of Jamaica, as you may have seen recently, he has officially endorsed Reggae Month. The Governor General officially declared it back in 2008. And I'm happy to have been part of that history with the Marley family when Bob was declared Man of the Millennium, Man of the Century. That's big for Jamaica. So a lot of the history comes from these great reggae icons, why we chose February, which is celebrating Bob Marley's birthday.
And the birthday of Dennis Brown
great
as well.
Dennis Brown.
There you go.
Dennis Brown.
Bonnie Rhodes.
And also Gregory Isaacs. And I heard that there's about 22 other artists, reggae artists in the month
Holy
of February.
February. February. February was very busy.
And the rest of February is the month of Joseph.
Yes, there you go.
Tribe of Israel.
But
yes,
to
yes.
your point,
so it was a very busy month, and so as we wind down, some of the big highlights were the concert that we introduced this year called Young Reggae Ambassadors. We had a male version and a female version, and that took place last weekend. And so some of these young stars that are in the making, you know, they were very, very pleased to have been part of it, and that has been showing on our television. We also have the app, the Reggae Jamaica app. Let me ask this question. Does everybody in this room have the Reggae Jamaica app?
Absolutely.
Great. Live time Reggae Jamaica app. Just utilize that and you will see everything, every minute, every second of what's going on, the history of the programs. We also want to highlight the other real exciting event that took place was Global Reggae Night. Last night was Friday. It started on Friday night and Saturday night. Global Reggae Night was one of our big features. And of course, Coffee, Marcia Griffith, Ioctane, Omi, just to name, you know, some of the artists, and Chin, they were all on the program. And it's, you know, we'll be repeating this on television for quite some time. We also had a very unique aspect of it, which was Echoes of Sound System. Okay, Echoes of Sound System, you know the business. I don't know this part of it, you know, but I went down to, what's the name of the place again?
Raytown?
Downtown, man. Yeah. When the sound system clash. Oliver, you know about this, man. So we had the sound system clash of eight top sound systems in Jamaica.
Well,
say it again.
Sound system is what helped with is a big part of the marketing of Jamaican music.
It's a big part of the market. That's a whole nother market right there.
So
right, you know, and so we had the finals yesterday. I actually missed it myself because I just got knocked out. But we had the finals, which was last night. Mr. Salmon was going to join and tell you about how it went. We also have the Jamaica Music Industry Conference, and that is an educational conference with a partner. And their show, the final of it, is coming on at 4:30 this evening. We also want to recognize Ground Nation Series, which is spearheaded by the great Herbie Miller. And their concept will come on starting at 3 o'clock, or it started at 3 o'clock. It's under the Reggae Month University highlight. You know, a lot of our young talent from out of the university system, they come together, the various bands, and they put together their performances. And how can I forget Florida? Florida, the great Reggae Strong celebration. Well, let's back up a little bit. Yesterday was the Reggae Icon Awards at the city of Miramar, which was last night, where Pat Chin, Oliver, Concert General, why don't you update us? You were live on that.
It was a very, very good production. Congratulations to Commissioner Alexandra Davis. Good turnout, a very good production, and it was good to honor people like Third World, Pat Chin, and there was a Marcus Garvey Award as well, and Visions Band performed, Razor Band performed, and yeah, it was lovely, well put together. I must admit, well put together, and congrats, kudos to everybody who had something to do with that production.
Absolutely, and we were very happy for that collaboration with the city of Miramar, because they did a forum on Black history and resilience and reggae music, you know, so that too was a very powerful partnership. And
I wanna, Jackie, if I may interrupt you a little, I want to, before the time runs out, I also want to acknowledge you for the work that you have done during the month. You certainly worked well with us here in Florida.
Thank you.
And just ensuring that we got a lot of airplay in Jamaica. I mean, I was on several interviews, working, you know, with Sunday Scoops, Richard Blackford and team, and Alexandra Davis all of us, we really appreciate the work and contribution you have been making, not just to the activities in Jamaica, but globally and specifically here in Florida.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Consul General. And I don't know if I had up to 15 minutes.
Well, listen, you took it. So
you have another artist coming on?
No, we have the rest of our program that we still need to honor. But it has been a pleasure
so quickly, let me wind down. Because I was saving a little bit piece for our chairman. I'm not sure if he's able to join at this point, but I was kind of twisting his arm, but he's in studio right now getting ready for the other events to close Reggae Month this afternoon. So of course, Consul General event, which is Reggae Strong celebration from Florida, is going to be carried jointly. It's live, but it's also going to be carried on our network here in all of our station on the Reggae Month TV, PBCJ, I think CVM and television. So we're very excited about that partnership. And for the rest of the evening, you know what comes next? We close the night with the great Beres Hammond. 9:30 to 9 p.m. tonight. Beres Hammond will close Reggae Month celebrations for us officially and take it away. So it's been a very, very full of energy. And we also want to recognize, even though it's this forum, the team from London, Fresh FM from London, they did a fantastic job. We were on their program this morning. We had a nice little forum with a number of key partners between Africa. In Africa, there was Nigeria, radio stations, and several platforms, several distinguished persons that joined us, even from France. David Cairol, he's like a little Bob Marley over there in France, and Coffee was the special guest. So it was a really nice partnership and exposure, and everybody's gearing up now and getting ready for Jamaica's 60th in next year. As you know, Reggae Month will kick it off on a high. We want to especially thank the artists, because without them, it would not have been possible. The media has been great, the artists, the organizers, the managers, as well as we want to especially recognize and pay tribute to the most honorable
Olivia
Babsy Grange, Minister of Culture, along with Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett, because the tourism industry, they play a key partnership. A lot of the funding came from the Tourism Enhancement Fund, and so we have to recognize them. We have to recognize JARIA, Jamaica Reggae Industry Association, through all of its members. They kept Reggae Month going for over 13 years. And so we don't want them to be in the background. The ministry took over the leadership to kind of put a little more energy and structure into it for the last 2 years, but they held it. You know what I mean? They held it. Yeah.
So as we wrap down to the last couple of minutes, I must jump in and just acknowledge Sunday Scoops for taking the whole month to work with us here for Reggae Month. They redesigned their entire program, all 4 programs. Along the lines of our discussion with them. They came and met with us at the consulate and really did a lot of work. I have to big up Richard and the team, Oliver, Big G, and Judy, and everybody who worked together to make this happen. A very professional job. I think this is the on stage of Florida. And kudos to you. Keep up the good work, Sir Richard. And I am deliberately speaking fast because I know you guys are going to just cut off a little early so we can get ready now for the show.
Okay. That's what's going on. All right. I understand fully. So don't forget Reggae Jamaica app. You notice that you have Reggae Month, you also have Jamaica 60th, and you have festivals. So stay tuned. All of this will be carried. All the various activities will be carried live on through our app. And the next thing we want to do is probably a telecommunications forum.
All right. Don't go any further with that, Jackie. I really want him to close off early. And again, I want to acknowledge you for all the work you are doing. This platform will carry the show in another 5 minutes. So, Richard, I'm not playing host on your show, but I just making sure that we keep that time thing going.
We gave you our commitment to work with the consulate for the Reggae Month, and we delivered. Jackie, it has been a pleasure. We are gonna be doing some work. You will hear from me very, very shortly. Once we get past this next couple of hours, there are a couple of conversations I'd love to have with you. It has been a pleasure, and thanks.
Thank you very much.
100%. Okay.
One love. Come catch the rhythm.
Drop.